not know who else may be watching.
Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Divinity Original Sin II Definitive Edition. Wir haben gestern einen Ring von einer toten Magierin hier unten drin gefunden, und da sie mehrfach auf die Küche gezeigt hat und gesagt hat, dass sie zerlegt wurde, habe ich so eine düstere Ahnung, was hier passiert ist. Und jetzt sprechen wir die Köchin mal an.
The cook acknowledges you with a graceful little bow, but keeps her eyes on you the whole time.
There's nothing here for you, sister. You should go back out front, where it's safe.
She grabs the ring and glares at you, like a rattlesnake observing its next live meal.
You should have just kept out of this.
She gives you a defiant look.
Magisters are a blight. They deserve worse than the death I gave them. I wouldn't taint the earth with their carcasses. Better that they vanish into unsuspecting stomachs.
Yep, damit hat sich der Verdacht bestätigt. Aber wir müssen
The
weiterkommen.
cook shakes her head ruefully.
You should have just forgotten about all of this. Death fog's got nothing on me.
Ach, wie süß. Hat sie nicht getan, oder? Problem ist, Blut kann ich hier, glaube ich, nicht casten. Dementsprechend müssen wir einmal ganz kurz hier rausspringen. Weil Gift und Blut verträgt sich nicht so gut. So, dann hören wir dich noch mal kurz.
Cooking notes. Wait, there's something wrong with this.
A lifeless elven child is cradled in your arms. Your vision blurs with tears. You look away. To a raised valley below, tendrils of death fog dissipate, revealing a victorious Divine Order army advancing. Humans, magisters, murderers.
Okay. Gut, mit dem Hintergrund kann man ja schon fast wieder verstehen, dass sie das gemacht hat.
Same size and price for everyone.
Same as before, the spirit remains locked in a shocked trance.
The ring! It was right here, on my finger!
My finger.
Something shakes the Magister's ghost from her stupor. Her gaze falls on the ring and brightens.
My ring!
Your words take a long moment to sink in, like they're being translated for the netherworld.
Return it! Home to my brethren!
The spirit smiles at you. If it weren't for the circumstances, it'd be almost heartwarming.
Dann machen wir das. Bringen wir den Ring mal wieder zurück zu hier dem Magister. Und mit der Juna sprechen wir auch nochmal.
Where is it? Where is it? Madam? Please, have you seen a small burlap pouch lying about?
She looks up at you in surprise. Her great greenish gold eyes sparkle, and she rubs a palm over her smooth head, seemingly confused.
You'd help me?
Klar werde
Tears
ich dir
star
helfen.
her eyelashes, and she begins to weep. She takes your hand.
I know. What a crybaby I am. It's just, you're so kind. It's been a difficult day. The pouch. I really must find it back, or my master will flay me alive. It had quite a sum inside it. Magister Raymond, he bade me take the coins to purchase supplies for his journey, but I dropped it along the way. He's sure to think I stole it.
She tilts her head back and blinks back tears.
I'd never do such a thing. Never. You're so terribly kind, but I couldn't accept such lavish charity. It's so unbecoming. I don't know what to say. Your kindness is overwhelming.
She accepts the coins, letting her hand linger over yours for the briefest of moments.
You don't know what this means to me. I'll send word to Magister Raymond right away. He should send for me soon enough. Thank you. Thank you.
Magister Raymond war doch der Typus, der hier, der Cousin von der, die wir da gerettet haben, der wir geholfen haben.
Each and every subject here and everywhere that, in the absence of our beloved Alexander, Bishop Divine, slain with malice and injustice by foul sorcerers, as were let fly by the perfidious lizards of the ancient empire, with the aid and abettancy of the treacherous dwarven king, the divine order of Lucian is now led by his son's most trusted intimate and advisor, Dallis, Hammer of the Divine, Savior of the Sorcerers, and new deliverer of the peoples of Rivellon. The Hammer shall take counsel from her most trusted advisors. Hail to the Hammer, 7 times.
Dallas leads the order. Lucian will be rolling in his grave.
Let it be known henceforth, in the absence of our beloved Alexander, Bishop Divine, slain with malice and as were let fly by the perfidious lizards, the divine order of Lucian is now led by his son's most
Eine
trusted
Ratgeberin
intimate
seines Sohnes.
advisor,
Alles klar.
Dallas. The Hammer. Hail to the...
Ich habe gerade gedacht, hä, wie von dem Sohn?
I need those reports.
The Magister's jaw is tightly clenched as he stares out of the window. He said,
What? Well, what are you waiting for? Tell me. What? The bloody cook? It can't be. Whoa, why did Higba have that contraband then? that he's still guilty of something. I'm not calling off the manhunt until I have that.
Irgendeiner Sache ist er schuldig. Ja,
As
toll.
for this cook,
Hm?
do you have any proof?
The Magister snatches the ring from your palm and stares at it.
This is a conduct award. I presented it to Magister Harrick myself. She was the second one to be taken. The cook's been reported dead. I thought she was another victim, but if she had this, she must have been the culprit. There's no other explanation.
He shudders in disgust.
Vile elven wickedness. I ought not to give you any reward for your kind's filthy actions, but I'm a man of my word.
He tosses a pouch of gold at you.
Take that, and get out of here.
Come on, can't I go and play with the others?
Belson, my inkwell is dry.
Corsair.
Fetch me some
Right
more.
away. But Ma!
Er bringt am meisten Kohle.
Come on.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Jetzt gucken wir mal, wo der Chefmagister hier ist. Sagen, Frau ist doch hier irgendwo in die Richtung gerannt.
Keeping it together, Bree.
That's it. The barrels and the chests. On the double. Go on, you mute sacks of flesh. Put your backs into it. The Lord Dread awaits. Its sails billow with Dallas's breath.
The Magister stops, barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
You do not get to make that decision. That decision is mine. A good day? Let's talk about a good day. Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being broken with cast iron rods. Respect. Try rancor.
He licks his lips. Dry flesh.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood and piss. My favorite one. I'm very good at what I do, see? I don't even need a sauce hound yapping at my side. There was a whiff of something in the air when you approached. A current of filth, that is to say, sauce. Best convince me I was mistaken.
He leans in closer and sniffs the air once more.
Interesting. So I was mistaken. Must have been ambition I smelt on you, not the magic that dare not speak its name. Very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn straight to the hunt. No doubt a trustee of Dallas is champing at the bit to see some action. Seems peaceful here, doesn't it? A quiet day in a quiet town. One wouldn't think these drifting woods toss on dwarf-troubled waters, but they do. Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? A mule? A beast of burden? But some defy that role. There are rats among them, dancing to their rat queen's tune. I've need of a rat catcher. Of course, I must depart post-haste, but Julian here will stay behind and be a good little parrot. Ask.
Stay behind? But I've my orders, same as you. Dallas.
Like I said, Julian is staying. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shaking hands instead of stringing them up? How very heartwarming. One last thing. The Magisters here are diligent men and women. A stranger like you may run into troubles with them. Should this happen, just wave this piece of parchment in their eager little faces. My signature will placate them without fail, I assure. Adieu and good luck. The Lord Dread awaits. The use of the gallows.
Das ist jetzt das dritte Mal, glaube ich, dass ich Hinweise auf Zwerge bekommen habe. Vielleicht sollte ich mich mit Zwergen zuwenden.
We set sail. Get on board and man your stations.
Left behind like a dog. Bah! 7 curses upon that ship.
The Magister is rubbing the dirt off his robes, none the worse for wear, apparently, from the blast of magic that knocked him off his feet.
You, the so-called friend of Dallas. I'd be whining and dining aboard
Nein, ich bin
Lord
wirklich
Dread
ein
if it weren't
Freund von ihr.
Your meddling in Magister affairs had better be worth it. Yes, I am very much aware. Wasn't my damned head that hit the floor back there. Now answer me. Did you meet with a Magister caravan on your way into town? The hour's growing late and I'm beginning to worry something might have gone wrong. By the bishop's bones, you saw it? Out with it, woman! What happened? That means source was used, which means some third party must have attacked first. And I have a fair idea who that might have been. Raymond, that old goat, always suspected there's more to the Driftwood dwarves than meets the eye. Hate to admit it, but I think he may be right.
Maybe he was right.
Too many things have gone wrong along Reaper's Coast to attribute to bad luck. Magister ships sinking, weapons disappearing, and as you've seen, a caravan attacked and destroyed. Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to prove. There's a local thug, Lohar. He runs an operation out of his hideout beneath the Black Bull Tavern. I suspect this man of being a spy for his queen.
It may be interesting
Schwarze
to have a
Ochse
word
waren wir
with
doch eben schon drin.
find out what he's up to. Where I really want you to ferret around is Reaper's Bluffs, to the west of Driftwood.
It's wild territory, remote and hostile, where I believe the dwarves may have set up a base of operations. Should you find any such place, and better yet, proof that Lohar is working on behalf of Queen Justinia, you will be handsomely rewarded, I assure you. They've always been snakes in the grass. Cheap labour, sure, and hard workers too. Half of them are their queen's spies. Her eyes, her ears, her poison-pouring hands. You know what Queen Justinia is like, surely. A tyrant and a master strategist to boot. In that case...
Alles klar.
You, stranger, what are you doing here? someone investigating the disappearance of 4 magisters. There's a sorcerer stalking these streets, an affront to our order. Several brothers have gone missing. Now tell me, have you seen a man in a grey cloak, grey beard, carrying a satchel, perhaps? Higbert is a sorcerer and must be found. But perhaps there's something to what you say.
The Magister's eyes narrow and her lip curls.
It's vital that you report anything unusual. We must know. Is that clear? He arrived in Driftwood some days ago, dressed as a tinkerer. He bought and sold a few knickknacks. But we thought nothing of it until our brothers started vanishing. As soon as he knew we were onto him, he ran. We think he's hiding in here, but he's a canny one. Now, be on your way. Who knows where he could strike next?
And a sturdy elf you are. Penny for a sick dog.
A glance at the dog's miserable face tells you it's sick, all right.
What am I, dog's doctor? Dog's sick. Go on, kiss it.
Oh, Moody. Hab ich mich erschrocken. Ist gut, hey, komm her. Moody. Komm. Ist gut, komm her. Komm her. Oh, Entschuldigung. Komm her. Moody. Komm her. Komm. Na komm. Darfst hoch. Komm. Na komm. Hey. Ja, komm hoch. Komm hoch. Komm. Na komm. Komm. Ja. Wenn du wartest, bis ich dich hochlocke, dann ist das auch gar nicht so schlimm. Hm? Schulter?
Buddy, for a penny, you can sing him a love song and call him Mummy. Thank ye kindly. Any chance of another one? Penny for a sick dog and all that?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget.
Ja, ist gut. Hm. Ist gut. Rutschst du runter? So. Na komm.
Could I push you for one more? Cheers. Can I trouble you for just... You're very kind. How about another? Nice. Could I prevail upon you for just... There's a spirit. How about just one more?
Geht das jetzt immer weiter?
Could I push you for one more? Penny... Cheers. Can I trouble you for just... Then get out of the way, cheap. Penny for a sick dog, people. Go. Penny for a sick dog.
The dog lies there quietly, clearly in... It snaps at your hand. It flinches. A low, threatening growl builds within its throat. Under the collar, you find the sharpened points of metal rivets, gouging the poor dog's skin. The dog bares its teeth at you and growls. The dog gives you a long, hard stare, but does not bite you. Yet. The dog goes to bite your hand, and then realizes the pain is gone. He licks your hand and grins. Then he turns to his master, gives him one loud bark of protest, and leaves.
Penny for a grieving beggar whose dog ran away.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it.
God damn it. How's my livelihood? Penny for a grieving beggar? I reckon I'm owed it here. You wouldn't do that, would you? Oh, yes. you would do that, wouldn't you? I couldn't prevail upon you to change your mind, could I?
He gives you a cool look, then rummages in his pocket. He counts the money out and hands it over.
That's your luck. Go on then, get lost, you free.
Ich arbeite hier.
The carved figure is a resplendent sight in this ramshackle.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it.
Don't expect no small portions. Same size and price for everyone.
If I want something, I'll let you know.
Hatte ich doch richtig in Erinnerung, dass da ein Zwerg drin ist. Treppe hoch oder hier unten? Oh, wenn ihr den Kater sehen könntet, der ist so süß. Großer.
What can I get you, my dwarven friend?
Stop peering over my shoulder.
Oh, ist der süß.
The town is poor, but this room is rich.
A weathered woman in a dirty sea captain's
Daran erinnere
tunic
ich mich noch.
babbles breathlessly to herself, and somewhere nearby you hear a bell ringing.
Wer bist du und wie hast du das hier drin gemerkt? Nope, ich gehe nicht ins Gefängnis. Du kannst mich mal gerne haben.
Glory is mine.
Got a book of trust.
You got that right, Elsa. You got that right.
And I'm sorry, you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If I can get Alexander, then get Lewis.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilda.
Rocks ahead, Captain. Do you hear me?
Who rings the bell?
Können wir jetzt nochmal reden hier?
Hard port. Can't you
She
hear the
babbles
bells?
breathlessly on, barely aware you're there, and nearby sounds a ringing bell.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn. And I without my compass. The ship is in the locker, on the bottom in the rocky shallows, and all are drowned but me. And yet, can you hear? The bell rings on. The bell haunts me yet, and it would drive me mad. I'm haunted by my crew. They ring the bell to drive me mad. Please make it stop.
She buries her head in her hands and cries.
Make it stop.
And I'm
Hard port.
A ghostly seaman stares at the captain, his lip curled in a malevolent grin, his eyes wide with hate, and all the time he rings his bell. He
Spoke to the lady captain, didn't you? I seen you, elf, cozying up. Are you with her or sail you with us?
The bell still rings.
Ich mag
Then
das
you
Meer
won't
nicht.
sail with her. She ran the ship upon the rocks, although I rang the bell. That light weren't no lighthouse. I rang the bell in warning,
and she ran the ship upon the rocks. You ran the ship upon the rocks, Captain, and all the crew were drowned. I'm doing my duty here, I am. I'm the lookout, and I'm ringing the bell. Rocks ahead, Captain. There's no lighthouse here. Rocks ahead! Ha 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 ha! But I'm on duty here. There are rocks ahead, and the captain must know it.
He blinks once, twice. A single salty tear drips from one ghostly eye. The bell falls silent. He raises a finger to his temple in salute and fades away.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilga.
She babbles breathlessly on, barely aware you're there. And nearby sounds a ringing.
My ears are still a-ringing. And I have you to thank for it? Then thank you, I surely do. That accursed bell lies with the peacemaker, on the bottom in the rocky shallows. My compass lies there too.
She goes white as the proverbial ghost.
You've got no call to go looking for no cargo. Far as anyone's concerned, we sailed with an empty hold, and if there's anything left to salvage, you leave it where it is. Heed me. Leave the cargo of the peacemaker alone.
She turns away. Conversation over.
And I'm saying, you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain.
Gedächtnis, Mama. Bisschen was brauchen wir noch an Zaubern. Und Verstand. So, skillen wir noch gerade fertig und dann machen wir Feierabend für heute. Die machen wir noch Nekro und
You've got a pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilga. You got that right.
And I'm saying, you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any.
Stärke haben wir da mit ihm.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilga.
So, zweihändig hat er voll. Was hatte ich gesagt, machen wir als nächstes? Kriegsführung? Nee, Gauner machen wir. Man erstmal Gauner voll.
You've got a pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilga.
So, alles klar.
And I'm saying,
Ich würde sagen,
I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilga.
ich glaube, hier geht's hoch zu der Echse. Da wollen wir auf jeden Fall noch rein. Und dann schauen wir mal weiter. Aber jetzt erstmal machen wir Feierabend. Ist lang genug geworden heute. Um 12 Uhr durch. Morgen geht's früh wieder raus. Ich wünsche euch noch einen wunderschönen Tag und war schön, dass ihr eingeschaltet habt. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, ja, ist gut. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, lasst ein Like da und ich würde mich freuen, wenn ihr morgen wieder dabei seid. 16:30 Uhr geht's wieder los. In diesem Sinne wünsche ich euch noch einen schönen Tag. Bis dann. Ciao, ciao.